Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Music City Cruisers. Today we're at Kevin's place, and hey Kev, what are we going to be doing today?
Well, we got the 3B here. We're going to mate it back up with the H55, and then we're going to slap it in the old rust bucket over here.
Rusty but trusty.
Yep. So let's get to it, Dan.
All right.
Quick tech tip before we get started. Got to get this pilot bearing out, and I'll show you how to do it with the grease method here. Just you want to take your grease gun and just squeeze it, fill it up full of grease, and then you want to get you a bolt or some sort of dowel rod that will fit right into the bearing, and then you just shove it right on up in the hole there, and take a hammer, and you just start driving it out. And we got a little bit out, so we'll just put a little bit more grease in there. You can also do this with white bread or just anything that will compact up in that hole. And just keep filling it up until it comes out all the way. There she comes out, and we'll get that cleaned up, and then we will get the H55 mated up to the engine, and we'll get it in the truck. Thanks, guys.
All right, man, so we just torqued these things down. What was it, 130 foot-pounds?
It was 130 foot-pounds.
That was not an easy task, especially with this thing swinging on the cradle like this. But what's next, Kev? We're going to put on the...
Put on the clutch disc and the cover, torque that all down, and then we'll just clean everything up real quick before we put that on.
All right.
Make sure everything's got a nice, good surface.
All right, let's get to it. Alright, H55 is on. Look at that. There's a little bit of a little finagling on it, Kev.
Yeah, a little bit. But she's on now.
She's on. You've got the motor mounts on. One there. One there. And we're getting ready to put it in. Right, man, how good is this? What a victory for today. We got the engine in, we got the cross member in, everything's just bolted up somewhat snug for now. But man, it feels good to finally get this thing out the workshop. How you feeling, Kev? It's pretty awesome.
Good, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to get some more wrenching on and get this thing back on the road.
That's awesome. So can you tell us a bit about the engine, a bit of history, where it come from?
So this is just a 3B out of a BJ70, an 85 BJ70. I got it from a friend down in Colombia. He had a parts rig, and I bought that off him. It had about 366,000 kilometers on it, and we took it down for a full rebuild. Just went through it, prettied it up, and now we're dropping it in the frame here. The body on this thing needs a lot of work, but we're gonna get it running and driving again, and then we'll get into the body.
And
later.
you run that 5-speed behind it?
Yeah, so it's got the H55 from the BJ70, and the split case.
That's awesome, man. So you rebuilt it from the ground up. What have you done? I know you did injectors, and you done. Did you do
so we
rings?
did injectors. We did all new bearings, seal it up, new rings, just hone the cylinder liners, and just went through it. Didn't take anything off the head. The head was perfectly flat. New pre-combustion chambers and all that. New head gasket. We put studs on there. Eventually, we're going to end up running a turbo.
What's the next step? What's the next thing we're going to do
So
with
the
this
next steps, we're going to get this thing all plumbed up, wired up, get the radiator back in. We're switching over from the, we had mini truck power steering on here, but the starter and some of the other bits are in the way, so we're going to switch over to a 60 series style power steering. Actually, it's from the BJ70, but it's the same. So we're going to switch over to that, so we got to get all that finished up, get that plumbed, and get the radiator in, get the fenders back on, and then we'll be running and driving.
That's awesome, man. Are you going to be running AC in this thing? Or not?
Possibly, eventually. We've got some...
it's freaking hot here in the south, man.
Yeah, we got some plans for a bracket. We may be having fabbed up and running an AC compressor on here. And it could be used for either like a sanding, or you could actually use it to have onboard air as well. So you could do either one. So yeah.
Alright guys, it's going to be a wrap for today's video. We got a lot of stuff accomplished. Got the H55 buttoned up to the 3B engine. Got the 3B engine and transmission in the truck. Got the cross member in. So that's going to be a wrap for today's video.
Yeah, stay tuned, guys. Till next time, we're going to see if we can get this thing fired up. We'll see you on the next episode.